Hello, this is Lance with streetbishops.com, and I'm here with another segment of our video series, How to Start a Ministry. It's a more in-depth, many-part series. And today's topic is on reviewing and engaging and reviewing and engaging, okay? It is very important that you make a complete assessment of every event that you do. Every event that you do, you need to document. There are many reasons why you want to document what you do, and I've spoken about this in other videos, and I want to speak about it more specifically here in this one. When you review and document what you've done the day before, the hour before, the minute before, because you want to do the documentation as close to the time in which you had the activity as possible. If you can do it in the field, do it in the field. If you have to wait until you get home, that's fine, but don't wait 24 hours to document what ministry activity you've done. Because when you review how things went, you then will pick up and remember many lessons that will serve you the next time you go out and the next time you go out. Experimentation is very important, right? They do it in science, so we need to do it in ministry. And the only way to experiment is to be recording what has happened before and then making an analysis of it. If parking in one side of the parking lot gives us more exposure when we're handing out sandwiches than parking in another, that's important to write down and know and record, so that before you go out to the next event and start, you can take a few minutes to read lessons learned, read the review from the last 3 or 4 events, so that then it's fresh in your mind, so that when you're driving out there, you can park in the best spot. If buying sandwiches from Burger King as opposed to McDonald's is giving you more food for your dollar, or if Wendy's is giving you a special deal because you're doing it for ministry and they're giving you 20 hamburgers for the price of 10, then you're going to want to write that down. Don't just try to remember it. You need to write that down so that, you know, in your review, so that you can create this history of lessons learned and reviews that you can constantly analyze, and as a matter of experiment. That way, the next time you engage in your activity, you are taking history with you. You are taking lessons learned with you. And the only way that you can do that is to do a good analysis after every event, right? So in my notes here, I call it engage, review, engage, review. Engage, do the activity, review. Review what happened, write it down. Review before the activity, and then it should be review, engage, review, because you want to review your notes before you go out that day. You want to review your notes before you go out, and I mean the notes from the time before. So I probably left out one review. It should be review, engage, review, review, engage, review. And when you're reviewing what you did, you're putting down all these lessons learned. If you do this, and then, and of course, when you're engaging, try a little bit of something different. You know, if you have an idea, say, you know what, I'm going to maybe say something a little bit different in my note in the sandwich bag. Or we're going to have, I mean, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I could take a lot of time here just thinking of little ways that you could experiment. You could also, some things you can do is here's a good experimentation. Take one of these yellow legal pads with you, right? I love these things. You never go out raising money that you don't have one of these, so you can get every single name and phone number and email address when you're fundraising. But also when you're out doing your activity, if you want, you can ask them. You can say, would you write down your name for me and the phone number if that's okay? I'd like to be in touch with you, or your text number so I can text you the next time I'm coming out. Or can you just, you know, give me a few words. write down what your brother and sister's names are, or write down if there's something that I could do for you in the future. Can you just kind of give me an idea of what that might be? And, try that one time and see what happens. Now, nobody may want to write anything down. So when you get done at the end of that particular event that day in that program, you get done with that event, you're going to write down, we had a pad, we asked them to fill out some information about maybe what they would want in the future. Nobody was interested in doing that. Okay, so you write that down. So you tried that, and it just didn't go anywhere. And you think, well, maybe next time if I just have individual index cards, and I just hand them the index card where they can write it down, and maybe even write it down anonymously. Let me see if more people fill that out. So that would be the experiment for the next time. Do that. So you review what happened last time, review what you're going to do, engage with them, do the activity, especially with the new cards. And then at the end, review. Was that effective? Oh, okay. So if I have the individual cards and I give them a pen to fill that out, especially if I let them keep the pen, then I got more feedback that way, right? So if in the midst of developing relationship while you're delivering food to them, you experiment a little bit to see how you can strengthen that relationship, how you can minister a little more to them, how you can connect with them more. But the only way that something like this works is if after it's done, you review it. Engage and then review. Engage and then review. Then you can look at your reviews before you go out next time, or you can sit with your board, with your advisors, and go over with them what worked, what didn't work. You've got a lot of information in terms of experimentation. You'll get more feedback from your advisors, more feedback from your volunteers, and you have things documented. So, the way to make what you do better, more efficient, or to get new ideas and learn new things, review what happened the last couple times, engage with a new little bit of an experiment to see if you can't tweak something here or there, and then review and document that experiment, right? So in that review, engage, review process, you will make your program better. You will make your team and yourself better. You will better serve those whom you are seeking to serve, because the end game is for them to ask you why you do what you do, and they're going to want to know Jesus also, because they see Jesus in you in action. So review the activities from before you go out, experiment with something a little bit new, tweak a little bit here and there, document how that tweak went, whether it was more effective or less effective, and if maybe you want to do it in the future. What's going to happen when you do this review, engage, review, you're going to come up with a list of best practices. Those things that worked, you'll have a list. It might be a short list, it might be a long list, and that becomes your action plan when you're on the street. So no matter what else you're doing, well, we have found out through several events in a program or across several programs, we have found these best practices to be effective. So no matter what else we're doing that day, we're going to do these best practices. And where do they come from? Review, engage, review. Review, engage, review. And then in those several reviews, this worked all the time. This goes on our list of best practices. This goes on our list of best practices. So that's what I had for you in this particular video chapter today. And so this, of course, is about starting your ministry. That's what this video series is. I'm Lance. I'm from streetbishops.com. So I want to thank you for coming by and watching this video today. Please be sure to click on the subscribe button below if you're watching this on YouTube. And I want you to also mark the bell so you get notifications. If you're watching this video somewhere else, head on over to YouTube, to Street Bishops, that channel, and go ahead and subscribe while you're there so that you can get additional videos. And you can come by our Facebook page at Street Bishops. And so we just want to connect with you and hear from you often. You can also write to me at secretary@streetbishops.com. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.